Hello, everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Diamond, aka Lady Leo, and I am a deep lover of nail polish. And hopefully, if you're watching this video, you are one too. So, I wanted to have a little bit of fun with this one. So, I picked up a lot of different polishes from Painted Polish. They had a sale, so that's my excuse for buying them, but also I wanted them. But anyway, so they were having a sale, so I ended up picking up a lot of things, and they had a lot from their brand new collection. Hang on, let me just check the name of it. Okay, it's called the Food for Love collection, and that was the newest one at the time, but I think they've launched another one since then. It's fine, it's not important. Anyway, I wanted to pick up some of those, and then I got a couple other ones, and since most of the polishes in the Food for Love collection are pink, I thought what I would do is just throw in those new polishes that I got, as well as some other pinks that I have, and then just make this whole video about all of my painted polish pinks that I have so far. So I'm gonna roll that bottle footage, let it go, and then we will get started on our swatching.
I want to be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my hair down if I won. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I want to be silly, baby, dance the night away.
All right, and just a reminder, I am using the Holo Taco Peely Base Coat on all of my swatches today. That is my favorite one to use. It makes for very easy peeling off, even wet peels. So the first one we have is Sucker for You. Now, technically this is not pink, but I don't care. I wanted to swatch it. So this one is definitely part of the Food for Love collection, and I saw it and I was like, oh my God, that's so pretty. It's like confetti in a bottle. And it really is. You know, there's lots of different types of glitters in here, different sizes of glitters. I see some reds, some purples, some pink, there's some black, some silver in there. So I think this is really pretty. And I think the thing that I love about this is I always love when something is super versatile, right? Like if you can use it as a topper, or if you can wear it on its own or for nail art. And I think this one has a lot of versatility in that regard. You know, maybe you're somebody who likes the sheerness of just like seeing your natural nails. Maybe you just want to do like one coat, or maybe you do 2 or 3 coats, make it fully opaque, wear it as a top coat. However you want to do, I think that's totally fine. And I love this polish so much. All right, now moving on to the actual pinks that I came here to swatch. So first up we have Butter Me Up. And I like the subtlety of this polish. So you have a very sort of medium pink, and then you have some gold flakies mixed in here. I also think there's something else, maybe like if it's not like gold shimmer, or maybe it's like a little bit of reflective glitter, maybe not reflective glitter, but there is something else in there outside of the gold flakies, or maybe it's just like a smaller flaky, but I think it makes it more dynamic. But I think this polish is pretty subtle. I like subtlety, I don't mind that at all, but also it's pink with gold. Like, how can you go wrong? That's it's pink and gold, it's nothing, it's regal. I just love this polish a lot. Next up, we have Oh Kale, yeah. So this is not from the Food for Love collection. This one's a little bit of an older collection. I don't remember what the name of it is. I think it was some sort of garden party, but don't quote me on that. But I remember picking up a few different ones from that collection, which I think was like heavily pink as well. And this was definitely one of the ones that kind of caught my eye, as well as another one that's in here. But this is sort of like a nice, softer pink. It's very much like a dusty, light pink, if you will. And I also think it is a little bit sheerer too, like than the other ones that I've swatched so far. So it does have that sheer element to it. But I think the thing that I love so much about this one is the flakies in here. I think they're multi-chrome. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure they're multi-chrome. But because the polish is such a light shade of pink and it is a bit on the sheerer side, I think these flakies like really shine, which just makes this a really, really beautiful polish. And the flakies, I think they're multi-chrome because I see some blues and some greens and like some gold when I turn my hand different ways. But this is one of my favorites from like all of the painted polishes that I own. I actually do kind of wear this one quite a bit. All right, next up we have relationship goals. Kind of love that name. So this one is also from the Food for Love collection. It's also one of the ones that I definitely saw and I was like, "Ooh, gotta have that." I have another one too that also has chip in the name that's like sort of like a taupe color, which I really like too. But this one reminds me of watermelon. You have a very sort of cherry pink red sheer kind of base, which does get a little bit deeper when you add that second coat. And then you have I definitely think these are still flakies. I think they're just cut in a way that maybe they're just like smaller as opposed to like, oh, kale, yeah, so that they do look like chips. But I really, really love the way that it looks in this type of color. I think it just looks really, really cool. And like I said, it does really remind me of watermelon. So I feel like you could do some lazy nail art, throw like a green border around your cuticle and be like watermelon. Next up, we have Party Time. I want to say Thyme, but Party Time. And this one is actually from the same collection as Oh Kale, yeah. And I'm pretty sure these are the only two I got from that collection. Can't remember offhand, but these are the two that spoke to me the most. I would also say that they're very complementary. They're almost basically like the same polish, just in different shades. Not quite. Like, I think that the flakies in here are, well, I think they're actually the same. And then I just think it's a deeper base. So forget what I said. I do think it's kind of like the same, just a different shade. But I like both of these shades. So you have Oh Kale, yeah, which is a little bit more of sort of like a lighter, dustier pink, where this is a little bit more of like a medium, cool toned, bordering on hot pink. I don't think it's quite hot pink, but maybe it's like a light hot pink. But I like this one too, because I just think like the flakies with the color and in a creme, I don't know, I just think that looks really dynamic and just really cool. moving on to the next one, Brie Mine. I have to say I am so excited for the last two because they contain reflective glitter, and I am a reflective glitter snob. I like reflective glitter so much. So this one is sort of like a nice medium to cool toned pink. And then if I'm not crazy, I hope I'm not crazy, I'm pretty sure there's two different types of reflective glitter in here. I swear I see a gold reflective glitter and a silver one. And then even, I think there's also a third one that's still silver, but like a little bit larger in size, which just creates, I think it just makes it more dynamic. But I love this one. It's probably in my top two, top three. It might be my favorite one of like all the pinks that I have from Painted Polish, but I think it's gorgeous. Plus, reflective glitter is super underrated. I hope that every brand does a collection with reflective glitter. Holo Taco, hoping you do one. Painted Polish has actually done quite a few collections. Well, maybe not quite a few, but they've done a couple, and I have like the collections they did with reflective glitter because I just love it. I think it's really beautiful. But I love this polish. Last up, definitely not least, we have Love You Very Much. Now, I think the name is interesting because I guess I wouldn't think this is a berry. Like, when I think of berry, I'm thinking like strawberry or blackberries. And to me, it's still very much in the pink family, but that's just me splitting hairs. I love like all that's in here. So you have, I'd say this is still very much like a pink base. I think it's a pink glitter base. So you have glitters and then you have reflective glitter on top of that. So I just think all of that together, like once you put on a second coat of this, just makes this polish so gorgeous. I do think it's very similar to Brie Mine. So like when you look at these back to back, you might be like, well, they look kind of the same. I don't think they look the same because this one has glitter on top of reflective glitter. So whereas I think Brie Mine just kind of has reflective glitter and it's a little, I wouldn't say this is chunky, but I think like some people think glitters are chunky. So like when you're looking at it, this one's a little heavier in the sense that it has a lot more in it than Brie Mine is. But I do have some comparisons at the end so you can kind of see how they all look up against each other. Alright, so I've got some comparisons here so you can see how they all look against each other. So if I had to pick now that I'm looking at them, I would definitely say Brie Mine is my favorite, as well as Relationship Goals, and then Oh Kale, yeah. So those are my top three. I hope to have many more pinks from Painted Polish. So just checking, do you guys have any of these shades? Do you know about Painted Polish? Do you have any shades from Painted Polish that you really love as well? If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a like. It really helps me out. You can also hit subscribe if you're interested in more content like that from me. I will throw up full swatches of all of these on my Instagram, but thank you so much for watching. Catch you later. Bye.